Hello there, fellow adventurers. My name is K-Hug. You can call me Kyler, and welcome back to the Hardcore Minecraft Journey. As always, before we get started, we are going to take you on a little trip on the things that we've done since last time. Last time we were together, we went ahead and built the barn. Now, I've been using this thing quite extensively. Don't mind the noise. To give myself plenty of leather for the books up above, and finally got ourselves some level 30 enchants. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot, but we did get some protection 3 and some unbreaking and efficiency on some of our iron tools and some other things as well. But we've got a lot of work to do in that department. I'm trying to stay away from villager trading just to make this series more wholesome and more difficult. But without further ado, let's get right into some of the updates that I did since last time. And really, the biggest thing that we've done is a ton more of our little terraforming farm business going on here. Now, quite frankly, although this is great progress, what I am struggling with the most is literally tools. Like, I don't have any iron, so everything right now you see here is done with very little iron and a whole lot of stone tools. I can't count the amount of stone pickaxes that we have used since the last time we've been together, but we're getting a lot farther along and we're getting pretty close to the end. But I think in the next couple of episodes, it is time for us to maybe start that iron farm that I have been thinking about. I guess I don't know if I brought that to you guys' attention or not, but I've been thinking about it. So without further ado, a couple more updates. We haven't really finished our fishing house, but I have an idea of how to finish this, and it's going to require another build all entirely on its own. But what we did do is, if you head on down here and you skip across the water, we have to get our tunnel down here made to our zombie farm. Maybe we'll touch on that today. But let's head down here and check out the business going on in here. So what we've got is, well, of course, the zombie farm. Give it a second. Maybe it takes 2 seconds. Hello? Oh, okay. So you can see how well this one works. And yeah, they're just kind of raiding down, stand here, but the levels aren't that great. In addition to our little zombie farm here, we added this. Now you might be asking what this is, or maybe you know. Maybe you know. You probably know. You guys know more Minecraft than I do. But what I've got here is a cave spider spawn. So we have to go over here. And if you get right up on this step and you stand here, now we're gonna bear with me. We're going to go into cheaty mode. We're not going to use this always, but just for representative purposes right now, we're going to go into cheaty mode. So here we go. Boom, we're in cheaty mode. So what I do is, like, if you just go up here, you look, boom, right there. The spider spawner we blocked off originally in this little cave system above our heads here that we almost died to. If I stand here, it, along with the zombies, works simultaneously. So if I stand here for enough time, which I won't because it takes forever, but there'll be a good collection of spiders every 10 minutes or so. This thing is usually heaping full of little spider spawns. Then you just gonna come down here, same thing as over in the zombie thing. Give it a few swings and look at the resources. We've got cave spider heads. What do we do with these? These seem important. I don't know what to do with these. Oh, these are cool. Can you guys hush? I like that a lot. How do these look? Ooh, very, very, very scary. Okay, these are going to be used somewhere else, but we're going to get out of here because it's super noisy. Oh, and I kind of started the tunnel here, but we'll get to that another time. All right, finally making our way back out of there, and you can see just how far we've made progress on these terraform walls. I mean, literally, we are so close to being done. It just takes forever to get those resources, including the tuff and everything, because it requires a lot of stone pickaxes because it takes so long to mine. But we're just about done here, and I'm hoping to get this done before the end of by next episode. So the next time we come back, episode like 250 through 300, there will be a finished farm here, hopefully. Now, with everything said here and done, obviously this is just more of the same. It's the same farm over and over and over again. Nothing new to see here. Oh, darn it. I didn't finish the wheel. We'll have to get to that too. Well, I got a long list of things going on, but you may see some little sticks up there. We've got some more greenery in this general area, and that's because I have a couple of ideas going forward. One of the things we wanted to do was build an automatic chicken farm, but I, along with everything else in the series, really want to make things look in place, and by that I mean the cow farm is part of a barn. Like, I want to make it look like it's part of the story. So what I would like to do is build a little chicken coop here, But maybe beneath it, we just have one of those automatic, you know, comparator chicken farms that just shoot the eggs, break the chickens, cook them alive. And then we could just have an endless supply of food and or feathers, which I think will be really beneficial going forward. So we're gonna maybe start that today, and it's also gonna kind of match the aesthetic of the barns. It should be pretty easy. Now, I think I want to see it. I want to see it down here. I really thought about we were gonna put it like right over in this area, but this curve's kind of weird. So I thought, what if we just come out and it's like sitting right here, boom, boom, boom. The wheat's behind it, obviously, and so we can just kind of walk into a chicken coop here, and then maybe if we have to head down below, it can be accessed from inside the home, or just like a trapdoor right here behind the chicken house. We'll decide that when it comes to it. But the biggest update the guys have for you, did I say you guys have for you? I have for you guys is this. Check out this awesome little rope bridge deal we have here. I haven't had any idea what we're gonna, I have no idea what we're gonna use this for, but this bridge I thought was super cool, and it is accessed by going right on over here. This little pathway that we had kind of scraping up the sides here, there's a good view of the bridge from this angle, really was to nothing originally. Now I built this little platform, it's a little rough, but it's supposed to be. It's supposed to look like a scrap work wood stuff, you know, you got some slabs, some trap doors. These are actually kind of dangerous, but it kind of adds to the aesthetic of it just being a bunch of scrap wood heaped together. But this is going to be our portal area, and quite frankly, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't want to go into the nether, spawn over a lake, fall in lava, die, and end the series, but maybe we'll do that at the end of this episode as a little bon voyage. But this little bridge takes us over to some of these other hilltops and a new project that I have kind of underway, or at least laid out. What I want to do here is, well, if it's not obvious, we're going to do a water tower. I think a big old water tower right here. The outlet's hopefully going to fall into this, which is feeding all of the water sources around here. So to kind of add to the scenery or the lore or the mystique and how all of this works together, because being in a Badlands, we have no access to water. So we'll have a big storage tank above us. Maybe we'll have access to it. And I think with this one, maybe we'll make like a kelp farm or something. I mean, that seems to be fitting for being inside of a giant water tower. But I don't know if I can scale that down to a fully functional, like 5x5 water tower. Well, how big is this? 7x7 water tower. But we will see. But in addition to all this, I have a ton of new, that's a dangerous hole. That's a bad hole, Kyler. I've got some other ways up and down. So we have this little guy here that leads down to this little pillar, and I've kind of made this little walkway down and around. It's supposed to be, you know, it's kind of cast in a bunch of stone here holding the pillar up just because that one didn't fit on the platform. But there's one way up. There's the way we just took across the bridge. And then lastly, I had a bunch of dead space. And so the last ease of access of ease or whatever is this right here. We just made another little bridge across this gap. We weren't using anything in this area. I didn't know what the heck this big door was for. And so I thought, well, let's just make a little quick route that we could jump over if we wanted to, climb up, and boom, we'll be at the water tower. So that is all the updates that I have so far, other than the fact that I don't know when the last time I slept was. So we might want to go get some sleep. Now, I know we've been through a ton of updates, but I've got one more big one. Let's go ahead and prepare ourselves, because this doesn't go very well every time I go down here. So you may be asking, well, what does this ladder of this hole go to? And you're about to find out. If I drop down, is there water down there? I think that's good water. We'll find out. Oh, okay. So what we have here is, we've been here before. There's a spider spawner right up there. That kind of leads out to the lake or like the river. So the tower or the flour mill is kind of like right over there, that angle. We are directly beneath our base and all of like the mountain, which is kind of cool. I didn't dig this out. This was already here. This would have took way too much of my time, and I certainly don't have that. But I did find out a better way to do this, and if I can get an access to bone meal, I placed a moss block, you bone meal it, it all turns into moss, and then you just poke it with your hands, and it's super, super fast. So we're going to level all this out, I think, down to like this level eventually. But as we're working through this, I decided that maybe it's time for an iron source. Now, I have no idea if this is going to work, but after some... Yep, there he is. After some recent research, I believe that if I go get more glass, that's not done. If this is fully functional, the only blocks that the golems can spawn on, if there's 3 villagers in here being scared by this guy, is these blocks up here. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to work because I think these are meant to be built outdoors. So I guess we'll find out together. But what we're going to need is we're going to need ourselves 3 villagers in these homes here. And oh boy, I don't even want to go do this. But I think it's time for a little adventure outside of our little area here because we honestly haven't left in a very long time. So up we go, and then on to the village across the seas. Speaking of seas, huge plug here, but go check out the new series, Pirate Craft. It's been so much fun. This seems like a really bad idea. Like, that seems like a good way to end the series. That brick right there, but nailed it. Hello? Perfect. Our first, I almost said victim. Our first pal. Come here, buddy. I have a proposition for you. Are you looking for employment? Yeah? Or you want me to get lost? I couldn't tell what that means. I'm gonna take this so you won't be distracted. Thank you. I'm gonna need you to walk out this door. Come to me. Stand still. Oh, you sneaky little devil. Okay, I need you to get in the boat. Get in the boat. It's for your safety. It's for your own good. Just get in the boat. Wait, what? Excuse me? There we go. Okay. So the first guy is captured. Now we gotta figure out how to get a second one in here, and then hopefully, can we tug this boat? Can we tugboat? Uh-oh. Okay, so we can't. We just learned something. You cannot tug a boat with the villager in it. So what we're gonna have to do is take him by, oh gosh. We're gonna have to do this one by one. Oh, this just got so much worse. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and move these guys, and then I'll catch you guys back at the, what I'm calling the iron farm? I guess we don't know if it's gonna work, but that's what we're gonna call it. Wait, is there a sunken, hold on, this is a bad idea. Is this a sunken ship right beneath our route on the way home? Like, literally, home is there. There's a sunken ship here. Is there any bad guys? I might see if we can find something in here. This would be really exciting if there's another treasure map, because I love me some treasure map hunts. Oh my goodness, all the stuff. Okay, we're coming back for this. I don't have any inventory space, but that is super exciting. Can you pathfind? He can pathfind. Excellent. I don't want him to fall off, so I'm going to break it quickly. And then we're going to go in here, and I'm going to break this. I'm going to put his bed in a block. He should be able to pathfind to that. Okay, yep, you're going that way. Excellent. And just kind of just get in that bed right there and ask no questions. Thank you. We definitely need to give these guys jobs, because if I break these blocks, which are, let me just remove some of these. They've got this block, but if the villager stands here, this guy can still hit him. So we need to put a block here so that they only spawn on the bed. Maybe we put a block above his head too. Do I need to put a block there? I don't want all these guys to die. I don't know what I'm doing. Clearly, I do not know what I'm doing. But I guess for science, I'm gonna remove a couple more blocks here because I'm not even sure, I guess, what the intent of them is anymore. So what I've got to do is I've got to break this middle block, that middle block, and the middle block on the other side, and then this guy can spook these guys, and Golem should spawn up top. I don't know if that's how it's gonna. This is a really ominous angle. Will smoke in the face? Yeah, sitting on a torch. Okay, but we've got to go ahead and finish up building what is the Golem Destroyer down here at the bottom. That's what I'm calling it, the Golem Destroyer. So we've got to get a little water source to push all of the lovely golems to one block where there'll be a piece of lava to, well, I don't like saying this, burn them unalive. There we go. So what I want to do is, okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete everything we don't need. Taking all the rest of this out. I'm hoping that there's enough space up here with the roof being there for them to spawn. But we should be able to get rid of those blocks. Maybe place a temp. We'll leave it like that. I think it's fine. Take out these last couple. And now it really comes down to, I wish I would have backed this up or like literally built this thing, I don't know, way over there where there's a ton more space. But what we have to do now is stay out of that hole, collect the extra bits, and figure out how to make this little box here where the golems are going to fall to. I've got a rough outline. Now I have some extra space here in case we want to add more layers down below. We expand this, but this right now is the only box we're going to collect from. But what I need to do is, temporary block here, this little thing needs to be, all the water needs to flow to this. And then above this needs to be a piece of lava. And those guys are going to get pushed off by water from right here. They're going to fall here and they're going to get pushed over into lava. And then since iron drops at their feet, this should collect all of the bits. Let's place the lava. Is it flowing? It is not. That should take out the iron golems if indeed this whole thing works, which is a big mystery. That said, I think we're good. The only last thing I want to do is maybe give these guys a job. I don't know if they have to have a job. I actually don't think they need jobs. We also now no longer have a way up there. We gotta break the glass block so that this guy scares them. So if I break this one, he should now be afraid. Are you afraid? And now he should be afraid. And he should be afraid? Be afraid! There's a guy looking at you. Are you guys okay? Maybe we'll wait for... Oh! He just got scared. Right? Are you scared? Look at me when I'm talking to you, sir. Hello? Can this guy... Can he hit me? The boat's solid. Oh gosh. Yep, okay, he can. I thought these guys, as long as 3 villagers were in an area and they were afraid, linked to a bed, that this guy would come at them. It's not looking like it's working. I think I might have failed myself. Let's give it some time. Let it run its course. Maybe if we leave. Oh no. That's hot. That's really hot. My mustache is starting to fringe at the end. Let's get up here and get rid of that. Whew, that was close. All right, well, it's been some time now, and what's happening, is supposed to be happening, is these guys are supposed to be afraid of this guy running back and forth, so maybe once the night cycle hits, they all align to the respective beds and hopefully stay there, that they'll maybe get scared. This is, you know what's scary? This is a scary, eerie feeling, is standing this far above the ground on a single rung of a ladder, not holding off my hands, but only standing on my 2 feet. Ugh. But I guess we'll go ahead and wait for nighttime. We'll come down here, make sure they're in the right beds. In the meantime, we can go, though, up here and start working on our chicken coop. Now it is time for us to, oh goodness, it's almost nighttime already. But it's time to lay out where this little thing's going to go. I do know how big it's going to be. It's going to be like 7 by something. So I think if we just lay out a couple blocks here, let's go, boom. And pow. I think that's a good foundation. That's a really big chicken coop, but I think it needs to be that big in order to fit everything that I want inside of it. First and foremost, we've got to get a ton of wood. Now, I did just go plant right up there some more of the dark oak. I want to be able to use some of that. And we need a bunch of spruce, which we are completely out of, unfortunately, which means we need to go do a little farming. So for starters on this chicken coop, I really need that dark oak sapling to go ahead and grow up, but it's going to be elevated up off the ground, and I think just a couple blocks, maybe enough for us to be able to walk underneath of it, is going to be just fine. So from here, what I want to do is, well, I actually really don't know, but maybe we go ahead and let's go ahead and make the floor. Wow, this is going to be crazy tall. What if we made the floor that high? Meaning that like a perimeter would go around all sides about this height, which might be a little crazy. It's looking like it's going to look really big compared to our house here. Maybe it's crowding a little bit. Well, we want everything to be tight. We don't want too much space between all our builds. We want everything to be really compact. So I think this is what we're going to go with. Now, what I need to do is build a little staircase here. It'll actually be one farther back. So there'll be a ramp up for the chickens to get into the coop, and the coop is going to be starting here all the way around. This ought to do it. Go ahead, fill these corners in, and we'll go ahead and run a row along the front. Those will be replaced later with some better looking blocks. But what I want to do is start just framing in. Now, again, much like that, we're going to use a combination of the planks and these lovely logs, like so. So another little random assortment of some items here, working its way around, and I guess we can do that, and then finish the door off, which is, ooh, it's centered, so we'll go ahead and break that. That was wrong. And we'll strip these like we always do to make it all blend nicely together. And then we're gonna go up like 4 levels before we start working on the roof. So something like that. It's a little bit bigger than I anticipated it being. I think we'll also have like a header come in here, maybe from both sides. I'll finish off the slab, and then we'll have a little doorway here. Actually, you know what? It's a chicken coop. It can be even a little bit smaller than that. So let's go ahead and delete those and go ahead and do something like that. There'll be a little ramp up here for the chickens to get inside where they can hang out and do whatever chickens do. But we can go ahead and gable this roof on both ends to be kind of pointy in that direction. So with that being said, is that tree grown yet? Nope. With that being said, let's go ahead and grab some of our standard roof pieces that we use for all of our no, we have used a lot of clay. So just as before, a couple starter blocks and we are off with this roof. And we're just gonna go ahead and put a base on both sides, and then I gotta decide how steep. Like that one has a really good increasing slope to the roof. I think we're gonna go with like some of these doubles. Now it might look weird, so we're gonna just try it out because it might be a little odd on such a small build to have those big swooping curves. But let's go ahead and just give it a shot and see what happens here. That's a good height for those 2 sides. We'll add some more spruce into the ends at the end. But what I might do is go ahead and okay, let's go ahead and put some temporary blocks in here. Just something, some footholders, some placeholders for now. I'm gonna go ahead and actually just maybe just do the whole thing. I lied. We're gonna do the whole thing. We'll just fill it in, get it ready. The next layer will go on top of this. I think we're just gonna go double down on what we have here. Let's grab some of these and work our way across. Now, bricks are gonna be a problem, a big problem. Not a small one, a very big one. We're out of bricks already, and we don't have any done on this side, which is really unfortunate. We'll be able to put our last one in here, and then we're going to really have to finesse everything else to make it look right. I think now this is a good time. I think this warrants for a double. So in here, we should go up by 2. Now, this is odd because it shouldn't be. This is supposed to be 5 wide. Did I make this the wrong dimension? I totally didn't make this wide enough. So it's going to be a weird build. We actually might have to. Oh, ouch. We might have to fix that. It's supposed to be 5 wide. Did I not? Oh, I didn't. It needs to be 1 more back here. This should be the real back of the chicken coop. We got to expand this out and fix that roof and then get back to building. All right, so we fixed everything. We're back up to where we were, and we're 3 wide like we should be. Now, like I said before, we're going to go ahead and steepen up the center part. So we're going to go ahead and grab our standard pallet here, and we're going to go up by 1 whole block before we do this little cantilever position here. So I'm going to go ahead and raise this up. This gives us the ability to slap in some terracotta, which adds another layer. Oh, we had the wrong block. Another layer of texture in here. We'll go ahead and we'll do another terracotta. Why not? We've got the terracotta. Let's go for it. And let's just continue putting some more terracotta in here. We'll end with one of these guys. And this is a double. So now we can go back up with our stairs. And then our last row should hopefully be some slabs. Hopefully this isn't too silly looking. We'll have to get a good view. We'll have to stand back and look at it. But I think this is all going to kind of tie together quite nicely. Boom. Just like that. Now, let's go ahead and get a little aerial view of this. I do like being able to pass under. That's kind of neat. But does it look silly? It's pretty big. It's a pretty big chicken coop. Holy cow, that's a big chicken coop. But I think it's going to do everything we wanted to do with the automatic chicken feed farm that we need to do, need to encompass within it. But it's got a lot of work to be done. We're going to add this perimeter board around. We're going to add a exterior roof piece. Overhang is kind of like everything around here. But I want to use this dark oak because obviously a chicken coop, well, it's not built out of stone and brick and all that weird stuff. It's just going to be built out of wood. So we need to get that tree to grow. Maybe I've got some bones to try to force that. I don't think I have a whole lot. Let's see, where would I be? Okay, we got through 6. I want to use them all because we need them for other things, but let's see if 9 bone meal is enough to make this bad boy grow so that we can reap and oh, 1 is all we need. Holy cow, it's a big one. Well, this might be enough to do the whole dang bill. Let's go ahead and chop this guy down. Get it made into some stairs. These, the actual dark logs themselves, we're going to use as poles to hold up this chicken coop. Now, do we want them there or do we want them inlaid a little bit? I think we'll just replace these dirt blocks. And we'll walk around and give these a little cleanup like that. I think those will look cool once everything else is in place. We need to add our perimeter all the way around. Add more of our dark oak. Now that we got that little perimeter decking, I want to use the same palette or the same dark oak blocks. And I want to make the outside, kind of like the black stone over there on the main base. I want to make that on all the sides of this as well. Now we might not have enough. We might have to grow that secondary tree, but we should get most of it done. All right, it's a little safe. It's undark. Oh, hey, our tree grew. That's nice. But that is, okay, that looks way cooler than I thought it was going to look. The side looks a little weird. I think it looks better from this angle, and with a bunch of details with some trapdoors and some fences and some different blocks along the way, maybe some little windows in here, I think this thing will start looking pretty good. But I think we should grab a little snooze. Actually, let's go see how our villagers are doing. All right, so we're still not sleeping. Actually, oddly enough, one of them is. So these guys definitely just aren't locking into the bed like they're supposed to, which is really interesting. Means this thing is half working because he's doing the right thing. He's being afraid. That's why he won't sleep. But these two guys must not be associated to their beds, which is mildly concerning because I don't know how we're going to change that out. Okay, so I think some of the quality of life updates may just be some like rims around the outside of this thing, like so. And then I think we might also add in some other supports that look like they're holding up the roof section. I think also let's go ahead and maybe pop in some guys here. We'll do some sort of decorations above the door. And we definitely have to get some decorations done inside as well. Now, I want these chickens to be able to also free roam, so we are going to fence along this trail here. Maybe we'll attach it somewhere up in here. Maybe we'll dial this back a little bit, this terrain piece here, kind of cut this off. Bring the fence right to this so that these guys can kind of walk around in, under, and around this chicken coop. And also come inside to hang out. But in here is where the automatic chicken farm is going to go. Now, this should be enough space, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have to figure out how that redstone's going to fit later. But so far, it's rough. It's really rough. I know. There'll be some days of us prettying this up. But for now, I'm pretty happy with where it's at. We've just got a bunch more resourcing to do, and not a whole lot of days left in this current episode. So I think our biggest thing we need to do now is probably get the fence where it's gonna go, and then we'll worry about the inside of the chicken coop itself kind of later. I wanna leave some of this here. Now, I also don't know what the heck we're gonna do the floor out of. But what we want to do is I want to, well, first off, we've got to add some lights in here. This seems like a very good place for a lot of mobs to spawn at the moment. So let's go ahead and just add, you know what, we'll even add a couple light sources down low. But let's go get ourselves some of our spruce fences. I think we've got enough. And let's start working on this pathway around this, and just to set the limits of what this fence is going to look like. I don't know. We got some fences here. We're also going to need a gate. Perfect, nailed it, aced it. I don't know what we're all gonna need kind of moving forward. I want this fence to look rustic to kind of match everything else, but I also don't want to make it too rustic where it looks like we tried to make a crazy fence or anything. So let's go ahead and add some of these bits, and I need, wow, did we use all of our spruce logs? We just chopped down a whole tree, and we're down to just a few. What I want to do is maybe use some of these as corner posts along our fence thing here. Now, we might shorten this path up a little bit. It doesn't need to be 5 wide, so the path may get extended, but like this is a good starting point. So if the chicken is going to be kept inside this fence, what we can do is actually just start adding on to this. Now, again, I think we want to add some little features every once in a while. Maybe we toss a, ooh, let's go grab some slabs. Maybe that'll be cool. Maybe we toss in a couple slabs here and there. Now, this we might terraform down, but we'll go ahead and attach that there. Oops, I've got a problem. Break that apart. Oh, we changed the wrong type of fences. Hold on. And we broke our crops. Those are going to stay. Let's go ahead and keep working it around. Now, this is where I'm a little skeptical. Do we just tie this in here and block it off? Or do we get rid of this wall by punching this out, getting rid of a stone, and having this fence kind of run into what I'm going to call the cliffside? Why is it not breaking? Oh, there it goes. Have it just run into the wall and then it be elevated? That's kind of my next question. So maybe we don't focus as much on the back fence as much as we do on bringing this front fence around. Now, here's another change. I think this would look pretty cool. It seems like in our corner bits that we have change. That's going to be weird, so let's get rid of that too. But this could be one of our guys like that, and then I think we just want to come out a couple blocks, and maybe we even jog over and put another, that should turn back. I like that. Put another post in here, maybe there. Got to slab it because the chickens will jump on that. And we are all out of fences. Oh, did I just put the wrong ones again? How does this keep happening? So there is some obvious work to be done on the building, but the fence is pretty much done. I mean, well, it is done. This gives the chickens ample space to kind of roam around and do whatever they want, as long as they're not the ones that are trapped inside the automatic chicken maker. But anyways, our biggest task now is going to be finding said chickens, especially because we live in a desert badlands. I'm hoping that if I venture off in that early direction, I'll be able to acquire a couple chickens and we can drag them back over here and give them their new home. All right, this wasn't supposed to be a game of running around the entire server looking for chicken. I don't understand why, other than the fact that I'm in mountainous terrain, that there is no chickens anywhere. What was that? Okay, nothing, just my imagination. Apparently, chickens don't spawn in the outskirts of the Badlands, apparently. So, it looks like we're on to plan B, and that is all the way back to base. We're going to get in a boat, and we're going to travel back to the village to not acquire villagers, but to acquire chickens. I'm not here for humans, I'm here for... Or ignore me, that's fine. I'm here for humans. Alright, well, he doesn't care. Right this way, gentlemen. And right on through here. One at a time. Perfect. And I need my lead back, so you can all give me those. And you can also all take one of these. All right. And good luck. Have fun. Enjoy your stay free of charge. Yeah, free. Here, I'll even throw in a couple extra seeds. Well, unfortunately, as the sun sets on another day in our world, we have come to a close on our next chapter. I want to extend a heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you for joining me on this thrilling journey. Your support, encouragement, and camaraderie mean the world to me. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share with your friends. Remember, the journey does not end here. Keep exploring, keep building, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible in Minecraft. So until next time, stay crafty, stay courageous, and stay beautiful. Good